minute here. Rise. A moment of silence and a prayer. Dear Lord, we are here today to discuss topics that will benefit the people of our county. Give us the wisdom to make the right decisions based on solving the problems and issues that we all face. Let us not think of our own personal self-interest, but the community as a whole. Amen. Commissioner Notstein, you lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag,
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
These proceedings are being recorded for the sole purpose of preparing accurate written minutes. Recordings are overwritten following approval of the minutes, eliminating all unofficial records of these proceedings.
And if I could just interject here, I would just call for a motion to table the approval of the minutes of the previous meeting on June 13th, 2024, since Commissioner Notstein wasn't here. And obviously Rocky isn't here, we wouldn't be able to come up with a majority.
motion to table.
Second.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes. Are there any guests here concerning county business? Kathy?
Good morning, Commissioners. I'd like to introduce the new Director of Economic Development for Carbon Chamber and Economic Development, Brenda Sacco. Brenda, Commissioner Sifranco, Commissioner Notstein, the rest of the crew.
Hi. Nice to meet everyone, and I'm very excited to be here and looking forward to making a positive impact in Carbon County.
And I will still be at the Chamber. I'm now Executive Director, so I'm not leaving you guys yet. But we are in good hands with Brenda. She has extensive experience having worked at Lackawanna County, for Lackawanna County, in economic development, and so I have no doubt that we're going to be seeing some great things from her.
Well, Brenda, welcome aboard, and thank you for being here for the introduction. We wish you the best of luck, and very hopeful that you continue to move us in the forward direction.
Absolutely, looking forward to it.
Looking forward to having Brenda serve on the MPO Policy Board, as well as the NEPA Board of Directors as well, which she was a part of prior, so
Yes.
she comes with great experience.
Yes.
Thank you. Welcome. Good
Thank
luck.
you very much.
Any further guests?
Am I a guest?
Oh, we're gonna handle you in their presentation. How's that?
I'll tell you what,
Okay, hearing nothing, hearing no further, Kim Worley is here from Carbon County's representative on our America 250.
Correct, yes.
Sure.
stand up front so they get on camera here, please. Should have got another chair up there.
Okay.
Now you're
I
good.
do see it says presentation. I
Take
actually,
Rocky's chair.
oh, yes. I was hoping to be here because, we graduated together,
Oh,
in the, bicentennial year. So, won't say much more about that. I graduated with Kathy as well, yeah. And I had, originally wanted to come and do a presentation about the whole website on America 250, but then I decided I wanted to come here today for a photo hour. So I can get a photo with you as, you presenting me as representative so that we can write an article and kind of get things started. So I'm hoping that we can take a photo. I can do a short presentation as well, 15 minutes you said, and I can answer questions and just asking for your support, okay? So, since I took this over in December, I've been trying to connect with people. That's pretty much, this is in 2026, which is our semi-centennial. America will be 250 years old, so they formed a commission called America 250 PA. Each state has their own kind of little take on it. This is our logo for Carbon County. It has it underneath. And I do understand that on Tuesday they're having a delegation from the state come here and meet with you, and I'm hoping to be here as well. It's 1 o'clock on, am I
I
correct?
believe so.
I think it's,
I think
yes,
it's at 1 o'clock.
yes.
Okay, so I hope to be here as well, to get in the picture. I just feel that I need to get the word out, I need to, have people maybe come forward and say, yes, I want to be involved, and just put a face with the whole thing, okay? Connecting, I did meet with Sarah Rook, who was a previous advisory committee member, and I've been in correspondence with James Loeb, who was the first person that took this over. So they stepped down, so I've been doing this since about December when Rocky asked me. I've contacted Kathy Henderson. I've been in contact with the Pocono Mountain Bureau, I have some names here, Sharon Alexander from the Carbon County Community Foundation. Contacted Jake Boyer, because I know him, he did a heritage thing with Weisport, and contacted someone about mascot, like if we're having a program that we need mascots, and LTRC agreed to that, so I have that name. So I've been trying to reach out and contact people, talk to people, and get ideas, so we have support pretty much. Because honestly, at this point, there are so many organizations in Carbon County, and these are just articles that I've cut out our Times News that are activities that have been going on in our county that have something to do with our history. And so I think it's wonderful. And I don't feel that I have the ability to, do a whole bunch of activities and plan and meet with everyone and really, be on top of all this. So I'm hoping that in 2026 that most of these organizations will tie it somehow to 250th anniversary. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping they're reaching out to me and saying this. I have also been in contact pretty often with the State Commission. There's a few names. Therese is one. There was a Victoria that you had known, and so I feel sometimes a little bit left out of the loop, and I've also been trying to get signage so that I can go to a festival and I can say, this is coming in 2 years, and, have a logo, and I haven't gotten anything. From what I understand, they have, the little pens and lanyards and things like that that they can give out, and I've seen on a website, table coverings and shirts, t-shirts, and I haven't been able to get anything yet. So I hope to do that, maybe on Tuesday, I think I was told that something might be brought here. So that's what I'm hoping. I'm sorry, I don't even have my back to you. Okay, so I'm hoping, that happens. I know there's been 2 programs with the commission so far that you're probably aware of. One was up in Penn Kidder Elementary School, and it was called Keystone Classroom. And they come out and they talk to the children about our country and about our birthday and all. The other one was just last Saturday, Liberty Tree. We were very fortunate to get a Liberty Tree planted in Weisport Park because of their history related to the Revolutionary War. And that was a big deal. And they had a program. I wasn't able to go, but from what I understand, it worked out pretty well. There were a lot of people attending. So that's the kind of thing that they've done so far. I do have articles about that the Times News had put in. If anybody wants to look at it, this was the Liberty Tree, and this was also about the program up at Penn Kidder. Okay, so if anybody wants to look at those, we can pass those around. Again, it's just overwhelming how many, and it's wonderful. Our community has wonderful organizations who are doing things. So I don't feel that I can redo anything. I'd like to plan some activities that are just specifically the America 250, but we'll see. That's 2 years down the line. Okay. Another thing I do have in here, on the website, they're asking for townships, boroughs to adopt a resolution saying they're in support of this, and they're asking it to be done, online. Also, school districts are asked to adopt a resolution. I know that there are some in our county that have. I don't know exactly how to contact or put the word out to them, each particular school district or township. So somehow I want to, get the word out so it can be just on their website that they are in support of it. Okay. There's also some other programs within this. There's a service member spotlight. Again, if you look at the website, I don't know if you've looked at the website, America250PA.org, I believe it is, or it could be .gov. And there's a program called Bells Across the PA. That is something for artists to design a bell. And I have a whole packet of what that entails, like you do your arts. And then the thing of it is, we need to have a sponsor. And whoever sponsors this, and I believe it's $2,000, they get to look through the designs and they get to pick, which one that they would like. So, sponsorship seems to be a big, thing for them. There's also the opportunity to get a Liberty Bell, which is a cast iron bell. I think they've done like 3 in the state so far, but I believe that takes a sponsorship of like $25,000. So I've been asked to, maybe make some recommendations. I'm thinking of the 2 hospitals we have in the county, Blue Mountain Ski Area. I thought of a few other, like Penteladata businesses that possibly could do sponsorships, but I'm not a business person or a government person, so I really, don't know how to contact other than getting the word out, hopefully having them come to me and, just making connections of names. That's what I want to do. There was a thing also called Road to 2026, which was kind of a virtual race where you log your miles in, and I think that's being revamped from what I heard the last time. Okay, so my to-do list right now is to get a picture with the county, government, and get an article in the Times News. I was thinking around, the 4th of July to introduce this, saying in 2 years, this is going to be a big deal with our county, with our state, with our country. So I want to, hopefully get this article in the paper soon. I'd like to also form a county advisory committee. For the state, we're only allowed 1 representative from each county, so there's 67 counties, so there'd be 67 of us. There have been some meetings. We're in District 5, which has meetings up at Keystone College. I believe they had one. I couldn't attend that. There's also going to be a national convening in Philadelphia in September, so I hope to go to that. And there's also a PA Day coming, July 20th. And they want to tie community service, such as trail cleanups and food banks to that. I can't attend that, so there's nothing real local. So I think in the Philadelphia area, Wilkes-Barre area, there's a couple of those, but I can't do July 20th. So maybe next year we can try to get something going in our county. Okay? And the other thing, just that, we need sponsorships. If you have any recommendations, or we can get the word out. There are sometimes grants available. I know there was a deadline February 28th, I think, for a 29th this year, for a grant for certain like cleanups. There's a big grant of like, I think up to like millions of dollars for something that you can do in your county that would promote tourism and be related to the 250th birthday. So there's something like that. If you wanted to check that out on the website, I would be, willing to help work with that in some way, but, I think it's a little bit beyond my capability to, make a connection.
Quick question, do you have a committee yet?
No, I do not,
And
no.
that's, I think, you are really taking on a huge task here, and that you certainly can't do it yourself, so I don't know what we could do to help you, get it out there. Anyone interested, at this time, we don't even have a place where people could contact, or unless they can do it online.
I have tried to put together, I don't know if you've seen it, a Facebook page. And, as my kids say, Mom, you really need to take a social media class. Because I think that, I have a website. If you go into America 250 PA Carbon County, I believe you'll see a little bit there. I would like to find someone who would be willing to take that over, so I really don't have to do a social media,
Well, how about this is our plea,
How about, yeah.
the news media here, that Kim needs help. She needs that expertise, and the webpage, possibly find a location to schedule a meeting, though, for those who may be interested in participating. I certainly think you need the local municipalities, we can help you with that addressing and sending emails out to those people to, get involved. And they're supposed to, I believe, have a representative or some kind of say into what we can do.
Well, why don't we,
Yeah.
see what we can do here today, we'll get a picture and get,
Yeah.
if that's okay, and then,
Get the word out there.
get the word out that way there, and then we'll maybe post something on our own webpage, if we can get something up that directs them to Facebook page for them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
We
know
can
if
do
you
that,
want me to
correct,
leave
without
any of this
causing
with
any-
you. I brought this and this, if we can
Sure.
possibly,
Well, why don't we get up here for a picture,
And
if you wanna do that?
unfortunately, I don't have a whole bunch of these, but I was going out with the commissioners 2 or 3. Would anybody like a voucher for the Iron Pigs?
Absolutely,
How many?
two's fine.
Okay, would you like a voucher?
Would you like to go, Wayne?
Sure.
How
All
many?
right, what time you picking me up?
2?
I'm free Friday.
What you go to the box office.
Okay.
And, turn them in for a seat. So when you go there, and you can do it ahead of time, but you can't do it online. So you
Oh,
just go
thank you.
and say, okay, you have a seat. I'm recommending sections 109 through like 113. They're under the cover and,
You got field level, I got hospitality box. Just kidding, just kidding.
Jake? Like I said, I'm in.
Does anybody want, I mean,
Two?
you need more?
Okay, now I only have 2 more left, so we get more, so I can come back, but, yes, that would be appreciated, and,
Thank you.
yeah, on my cards, I do have a who, what, and where as far as this county advisory committee, because that,
Well, how about we do this, are you finished, or?
do you have any questions, anyone have questions?
I'll need your contact information.
So how about we bring you up here behind the table, or behind the desk, and we'll bring the treasurer and the controller up for a picture?
Okay,
Because I know they had been no, the reason I said it is because the 250 events that had happened in the county, I had been at, and they had been where we read books out in Penn Forest, and just this past weekend, we were down at the tree planting. So they were very well organized, and Kim's doing a very good job in keeping us informed as best as she can. So I think we'd bring them up. So,
yeah,
does anybody
and
else want to be?
I guess you're familiar with the timestamps, but, and I have my phone, so if that would,
This here, and it'll be okay.
Sure, you're fine.
I'll
Wanna get on the other
give
side?
2 things.
Put-
Okay, my
Kim, we'll put you in the middle, how's that?
That'd be wonderful, thank you. May I ask you to take it?
I'm gonna take my own too.
Oh, okay.
Want to come up, Bob, or?
No other volunteers?
Thank you. I don't like my picture, especially in the paper, but, I don't know, can we ask you to, maybe, and then I'll do this?
Is that
That's
good?
okay?
We all good?
Hang on. We're gonna take one with this. Okay. We'll take one with mine. Hang on. Okay, smiles. One of them will work.
Should have had Levi up here.
Okay,
Okay, thank you.
thank you, thank you.
If you put a float together by the end of September, probably get you on the parade, the fire department in behind having their 150th anniversary.
Wow.
And I'm sure they would be happy to have a float with 250 in, even if it's a small trailer or something.
That would be
It'd be Saturday the 28th, I think the parade kicks off at 1 o'clock.
I'll put that on
Another
my
way of
calendar.
getting it out there.
And I put Christie on here, so. Maybe ask her, I don't know what I do now, but thank you, that would be wonderful, yes. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you very much, Kim. Anything further? Questions? Onward.
So we have a resolution for the Mahoning Drive-In for their 75th anniversary. For adoption, a resolution recognizing the 75th anniversary of the Mahoning Drive-In, Lehighton, Pennsylvania.
So move.
Second,
Mr. Notstein?
yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Attorney
Robert, would you
Strickland,
please
would
read
you like
that?
to read it?
I'll be happy to do that, particularly because it's owned and operated by fellow Temple University alumni. So much love. Whereas the Mahoning Drive-In Theater of Lehighton, Pennsylvania was built in 1948 and has been entertaining audiences every summer since 1949. The Mahoning Drive-In Theater is a trip back in time, featuring classic and cult movies on 35mm film in the same format and in some instances the same prints these films were on when first released. And whereas the Mahoning Drive-In Theater celebrates their original twin simplex E7 projectors, the biggest outdoor CinemaScope screen in the state, and one of the largest drive-in screens in the country with a capacity of 1,000 cars, a vintage snack bar stocked with vintage VHS, DVDs, and records for sale, and a rare opportunity to see into the projection booth, a glimpse rarely offered to the public at any movie theater, indoor or out. And whereas in 2014, a bold decision was made to forego the costly upgrade to conversion from film to digital projectors and retain the Mahoning Drive-In Theater as an all 35mm retro drive-in, playing only classic films as chronicled in the 2017 documentary At the Drive-In, directed by Alexander Manelli. And whereas the Mahoning Drive-In Theater now stands as a world-renowned mecca for 35mm film and retro screening events. Their dedicated, fun, and friendly all-volunteer staff making a trip to the theater a memorable event, from cosplay to an immersive snack bar experience to live pre-show DJ sets and much more. The Mahoning Drive-In Theater has built a dedicated following over the last several seasons, with customers and staff coming together and forming friendships, thinking of each other as being part of the Mahoning Drive-In Theater family. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the members of the Board of Commissioners of Carbon County hereby recognize the 75th anniversary of the Mahoning Drive-In and extend their congratulations on this joyous celebration. Adopted by the Carbon County Board of Commissioners this 20th day of June, 2024.
Beautiful.
Congratulations.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Yes, you got it? I will come up front in a second.
This is twice in a month I get to see you.
I'm telling you.
And who do we have here?
This is little Virgie,
Okay.
my son, the future of the drive-in.
I love no place like home, right?
We're gonna get our picture.
Yeah, either way, either way.
This is the better side, right? How about we do this? How about you hold that?
Oh, can you hold it?
There you go.
There you go.
Perfect. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
It is such an honor to do business in this county. Give me a shake.
Take that one home.
Perfect. You gonna give him a shake? Perfect.
Thank you.
you.
Appreciate it. You want to shake the hand of your fellow Temple?
Keep that thing alive,
Right.
okay? We'll come back in another 75 years and do it again, all right?
That's right. I said he's gonna be bringing his kiddos one day.
I won't. Wayne will be here. I won't. Wayne grew up right down the street from the drive-in, correct?
That's right. I was born in Mahoning Township,
There it is.
in Marble Square, upstairs. In 48, when they started building it.
Wow.
Okay.
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 Budget transfers as listed on transmittal.
Executive session.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Report of executive sessions held.
There were none.
Budget transfers as listed on transmittal.
Motion to approve,
Second.
Mr. Notstein?
yes.
Mr. Sefranco?
Yes.
There was one supplemental appropriation.
Motion to approve,
Second.
Mr. Notstein?
yes.
Mr. Sefranco?
Yes.
Approval of payroll check numbers 75887 through 75915 and direct deposit check numbers 6065629 through 6066069 for the payroll paid through the payroll fund checking account for all county funds totaling $697,617.40, and this is for payroll dated June 14, 2024.
Motion to approve,
Second.
Mr. Notstein?
yes.
Mr. Sefranco?
Yes.
Approval of check numbers 244260 through 244423 for expenditures through the general fund clearing account as listed for a total of $327,377.04.
Motion to approve,
Second.
Mr. Notstein?
yes.
Mr. Sefranco?
Yes.
Treasurer's report?
Motion to approve as presented,
Second.
Mr. Notstein?
yes.
Mr. Sefranco?
Yes. We will now recess the commissioners' meeting, go to the salary board meeting. Are there any guests here concerning salary board business? Okay,
Report of executive sessions held?
there were none.
Okay, under the Commissioner's Office, change the rate of one Secretary 3 from $15.97 per hour, grade 3, step D, to $14.83 per hour, grade 3, step A, effective June 20, 2024.
Motion to approve,
Second,
Mrs. Herman?
yes.
Mr. Notstein?
yes.
Mr. Sefranco?
Yes. Any further business? Adjourn salary board. Now we will go back into the commissioners' meeting.
The personnel report for county departments.
Motion to approve,
Second.
Mr. Notstein?
yes.
Mr. Sefranco?
Yes.
Acknowledgements for the courts and row offices.
So moved to acknowledge.
Second,
Mr. Notstein?
yes.
Mr. Sefranco?
Yes.
Correspondence as listed. Copies will be made available to press upon request. We have an advertising request for CDBG for approval. Authorize the advertisement for invitation to bid for the following community development block grant projects. In Jim Thorpe Borough, water sewer improvements, Cherry Avenue, water main, fiscal year 2020 and 2021. And in Lansford Borough, street improvements, reconstruct Brimble Wall and Street, fiscal year 2020.
Motion to approve the advertising,
Second.
Mr. Notstein?
yes.
Mr. Sefranco?
Yes.
The budget process for consideration. Effective with the development of the 2025 budget, the county will adhere to the budget process as outlined in the county code, which states the tentative county budget will be presented no later than 20 days before final adoption, which must be completed by December 31st. This was from the previous board action of December 22nd, 2022, agenda item number 22-672.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sefranco?
Yes.
Children and Youth Agreements for approval and execution, fiscal year 2023-2024 purchase of service agreements were submitted for the following providers as per attached rates.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sefranco?
Yes.
For approval and execution for fiscal year 2024-2025, purchase of service agreement was submitted for the following provider as per attached rates.
So move to accept.
Second.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sefranco?
Yes.
Human Services Homeless Assistance Program Agreement for approval and execution, letter of agreement between the county and the Carbon County Action Committee for Human Services to provide any and all assistance as per the requirements under the Homeless Assistance Program guidelines and funding provisions in the amount of $27,359 for the term July 1, 2024 through June 30, 2025.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sefranco?
Yes.
HSDF agreement with the Action Committee for approval and execution, letter of agreement between the county and the Carbon County Action Committee for Human Services to provide any and all assistance as per the requirements under the Human Services Development Fund program guidelines and funding provisions in the amount of $50,000 for the term July 1, 2024 through June 30, 2025.
So move.
Second.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sefranco?
Yes.
State Food State Plan for approval, Shepherd House Incorporated, plan submission for the State Food Purchase Program for the period July 1, 2024 to June 30, 2025. The revenue allocation has not been finalized.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sefranco?
Yes.
Information Technology County Network. Renewal agreements for approval and execution. Renewal 3-year service agreement with Penteledata for internet access via cable modem for the administration building and phone service via cable modem for 76 Susquehanna Street and 4 Broadway at a monthly recurring fee of $358.85, which is a decrease of $47.95 per month.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Notstein? Mr. Sefranco?
Yes.
The MATP Program Third Quarter Report for approval and execution, the 2023-2024 Third Quarter MATP Report for submission to the Pennsylvania Department of Human Services as prepared by Lanta.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sefranco?
Yes.
Public Defender modification of the MH Services Grant application for ratification, submission of a modification to the grant application for funding from the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency for Mental Health Initiative, Crisis Management, and Pretrial Diversion. This modification extends the grant to December 31, 2024, and the total funding remains at $108,464.
So move.
Second.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sefranco?
Yes.
Okay, for the solicitor's report, seeking a motion for approval of a banner request submitted by the Weatherly Hill Climb Association for the Weatherly Hill Climb, September 14th and 15th, 2024. The banner to be displayed August 30th to September 17th of 2024.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sefranco?
Yes.
Next, for the courthouse renovation project, seeking a motion for approval and execution of change order number 2 to the contract with JBM Mechanical Inc. of Nazareth, Pennsylvania, to remove the fin tube in room 106 at a cost of $1,184.18, with a credit allowance of $1,127.79, as well as $56.39. The result being that the contract remains the same at $2,020,000.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sefranco?
Yes.
Also under the courthouse renovation project, seeking a motion for approval and execution of change orders 6 through 11 to the contract with GR Noto Electrical Construction, Inc. of Clark Summit, Pennsylvania, as per the attached list. The original contract total of $1,072,500 is reduced with the credits to $1,068,495.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
I'd just like to make one comment on that. As you see by the last two motions, with everything going on over the courthouse, we are doing our best to keep this within budget. And that is a compliment to everyone involved as you see credits moving around, because that amount of money is considerably, can be run off real quick. So I'd like to thank my fellow commissioners for working hard in all the row offices and keeping this, the entire staff, including Boyle Construction, for really keeping on top of this, and solicitor. It has been a challenge at times, but thank you for the work, and keep it up. And I will second that. I mean, yes.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, for Josiah White Park, seeking a motion for approval of a concession lease agreement between the county and Michelle Greek of Nesquehoning, Pennsylvania for mobile food and refreshment concessions in Josiah White Park. The term of the agreement will be June 21st to December 31st, 2024, with automatic renewal options for 3 successive annual terms with a final termination date of December 31st, 2027. The rent for this concession for the term June 21st, 2024 to December 31st, 2024 is $280, and each successive year will be $560 per year. And this is pending a certificate of insurance and site visit with the vendor equipment.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Similarly, seeking a motion for approval of a concession lease agreement between the county and Caitlin Zahner of Lehighton, Pennsylvania for a mobile food and refreshment concession in Josiah White Park. The term of the agreement will also be June 21st to December 31st, 2024, with automatic renewal options for 3 successive annual terms with a final termination date of December 31st, 2027. The rent for this concession for June 21st to December 31st, 2024 is $280, and each successive year at $560 per year. And this is pending submission of a certificate of insurance.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Next, for the Pocono County's workforce investment area, seeking a motion for approval and execution of the local elected officials agreement between Carbon, Monroe, Pike, and Wayne counties to organize and implement activities pursuant to the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act for January 1st, 2024 through June 30th of 2027.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Next, seeking a motion to adopt Resolution 20 of 2024, recognizing the 100th anniversary of the Mock Chunk Rotary Club, now known as the Jim Thorpe Rotary Club of Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania.
So move.
Second.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Under tax assessment, seeking a motion for ratification of a stipulation between Bethesda Zinc US Inc., Palmerton Area School District, and the County of Carbon in the matter of Bethesda Zinc US Inc. versus Carbon County Board of Assessment Appeals, docketed to 23-CV-2449, effective January 1, 2024, for county and borough tax purposes, and July 1st, 2024 for school district tax purposes. The aggregate assessment of the 3 subject parcels located at 900 Delaware Avenue in the borough of Palmerton shall be $491,920.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
And lastly, also under tax assessment, seeking a motion for approval of a professional services quote to engage Andrus Appraisals of Palmerton, Pennsylvania, to perform a commercial real estate appraisal and prepare a formal report of the market value of the subject tax parcel located at 239 to 241 North First Street in Lehighton Borough in the matter of Eagle Properties and Management Corporation versus Carbon County Board of Assessment Appeals, docketed to 23-CV-2581 for a fee of $6,000.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Nothing further for the solicitor's report.
Is there any further business?
Hearing none.
Commissioners' reports. Commissioner Notstein? Mr. Notstein?
Hey, Guga, you notice we did approve 2 additional vendors in the park. Some of the complaints we've been getting is the trains, especially the excursions that come in, they're here for a limited time, and food is at a minimum. Lines are long to get into the restaurants or other places, so there was a request. We've been getting requests and a little hesitant of adding, but we're at the point we have so many people visiting Jim Thorpe, we have to try to accommodate them with several different things, including the parking, and we met with the Jim Thorpe Borough and other interested parties again yesterday on parking and how do we keep people moving or get people into Jim Thorpe and out of Jim Thorpe, as well as other issues with public safety for emergencies, having being able to get an ambulance through town or staged in the area, as well as fire apparatus and that. So, the chamber, Pocono Mountain Vacation Bureau, the borough, the county, the police department, the fire departments have all been meeting on a fairly regular basis, try to make it as smooth as possible. We know they're coming, and we're gonna do the best we can, all organizations, to keep things flowing and moving. So, that's all I have today.
Mr. Sifranco?
Well, the only thing I really have is, one is pay attention to what's going, 2 things. One is pay attention to what's going on in Montauk Lake Park with their anniversary coming up. Please go out and enjoy those movies at the park and everything it has to offer. They really do a great job out there, and get out there and say hello to the staff and enjoy the park, because it is a county-owned park, and the county residents should enjoy all the outdoor activities we offer there. The second thing I have, along with Mr. Notstein here, is we did meet yesterday and the day before. I had a chance to meet with the railroad, and it should be noted that there's going to be some considerable amount of work done here at the crossing, beginning phases, and there's going to be some gates installed down there, some signage, some bells and whistles that go off when the train goes through, and that'll all be done for safety. The safety concerns of the pedestrians that are walking to and from the county lot and around downtown, that is all going to be improved. 2 points I want to make with this is, obviously it's a safety issue and concern for the railroad, so it addresses that for their concerns. It's also a safety concern of the county when we have visitors and the borough of Jim Thorpe as to how traffic flows. But 2 major things that we didn't manage to accomplish there. One was, this is coming at no cost to the county or to the borough. So I do thank Mr. Mueller and the railroad, Reading Railroad, for taking care of that. And there's more plans coming in for what's going to be done down there, but that is at no cost to any taxpayers. And the second part down there, I guess, is not only are the safety concerns being met, but all this work, which you very rarely hear, this is going to be done at night. So the traffic tie-ups that we often have when you see road work being done and congestion during the day, anybody who goes down to 443 knows what that's like. This will all be done at night, and there'll be hopefully no inconveniences to anybody at 2 o'clock in the morning. Maybe a little, but we figure we'll give a little noise up for the lack of sitting at the top of the Mansion House or in Nescahoning waiting to get to Jim Thorpe. So those 2 concerns have been met. Other than that, I have nothing further. Anything else? May I missed? Meeting adjourned. We will now go to the retirement board.
Hello.
Ms. Herman.
10 minutes or less. Keep it moving.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care, guys.
Thank you. You're up.
Motion for approval of the minutes of the previous meeting held May 16th, 2024.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Zelenka?
Yes.
Mrs. Herman? Yes. Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
And Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Are there any guests concerning retirement board business? Hearing none. There were no reports, there was no executive sessions held. Motion to ratify warrant check numbers 41049 to 41059. Direct deposit numbers 7026945 to 7027364 for May.
So move to ratify.
Second.
Mr. Zelenka?
Yes.
Mrs. Herman? Yes. Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Retirement activity for May. There were 7 retirement refunds, 1 superannuation retirement, and 1 deceased. On behalf of the retirement board, we express our condolences to the families of Susan Rhodes Brasina. Disbursements for May, their monthly benefits was $494,591.32. Option 4 disbursements, $69,963.51. Refunds, $30,385.26, for a total disbursement of $594,940.09. Portfolio value as of May 31st, 2024 was $89,032,604.58. The value as of June 14th was $89,804,324. There were no correspondence received. Anything for the solicitor's report?
Nothing to report.
Anything under new business or old business? Any further business?
That's it.
That's it.
Meeting adjourned. That was short and sweet. That being said, we'll go to the press. Kelly, correct?
What specifically is the railroad going to be doing with the crossings? Do you know, or just?
Well, what's gonna happen is where the traffic flows, they're obviously gonna be putting signal lights there now. There had been some concerns that they were gonna be putting armatures that would have interfered more with traffic getting in and out. That's not gonna happen. There's gonna be signature lights that'll be set up that as the trains are 1,000 feet out, that'll set them signals off so people who are in there will be taken care of. And then where the pedestrians cross, there's 2 areas, they are gonna be putting lift gates there, so that those who are waiting in the crosswalks don't just walk right across the crosswalk, so that'll be done. And then they're going to be removing 2 telephone poles that we have on the other side that are basically more or less obsolete, I guess, and falling down, so they're gonna remove them and take 1 service that is owned by the county and move it to further up the line. And a kiosk is gonna be moved. There's a kiosk that currently sits right in the middle of the walkway when you come across. That kiosk is going to get moved about 4 feet up the road so that the crosswalk actually is a crosswalk and not walking into a kiosk.
I don't think you mentioned earlier that you expect it to be done before the end of next month, July.
Yes, it should be done in mid-July is their projected
So
date.
that's when it's going to be done in mid-July?
Yes,
And all of it's gonna be done at night
yes,
and done by the end of July?
yes. Should only take a couple days for them to complete what they're looking to complete. And all the wiring that will now be underground. What's remaining over there, so it'll be going under the tracks and up along.
Okay. You said that the courthouse renovation is on budget.
On
Is it on
schedule,
On schedule.
Is it on, that's what I wanted to know, on schedule?
on schedule.
Okay. And the change on the budget process,
Last year, if you recall, there was a motion made to move the deadline up, and this board decided to move it back to what the state law is.
and traditionally you still have the budget well before that 20 days.
Yeah, No, yeah, we normally adopt the tentative budget in November. We have, it has to be on display 20 days, so it has to be passed before the end of December. Not like the state and federal government that we shut down. We have to, they don't because they write the rules. Wanna hear it like it is? Do what they say, not as I do.
I guess, being new here, hearing this is the concerns was that they moved the budget up so they could start the budget process earlier.
Right.
It's not that we're not going to start looking at the budget, we're always looking at the budget, obviously, every day. The process isn't ongoing. But some of what had happened because of it getting moved up is some of those numbers weren't as tight as they could have been had you have had a little extra time to prepare on that budget. Because when you're projecting a budget out based on 6 months, based on maybe 9 months, there is a difference of what you can come in there. So this here, in staying in line with what the state code, the county code, that's what we did.
Okay, and the only other thing, Jen, I asked for the resolutions, can I also get the letter from Weatherly correspondence? Okay, that's all I have, thank you.
Okay, so you mentioned that you had some meetings about parking in Jim Thorpe. I was wondering if any new solutions were brought up, any brainstorming on that front?
Possibility that we are expanding the parking of Mock Junk Lake Park. They've been talking to the school district with possibilities and other areas. They talked to Lehigh and Borough, they're not ready for it.
Jim Thorpe Borough has had numerous events meetings. What they do is they have an events meeting, I think it's once every 2 months. They have an events meeting every month, but they have an events where they bring everybody together. The police chief, Chief Schatz, along with the borough manager or secretary, and that all come and they have a meeting with all involved. And what they have done is reached out for additional parking and how to get there, different shuttles, different traffic way things are gone. They've used a lot of resources from all, and some, as Commissioner Nostine said here, is Lanta is going to be going from what was 3 buses last year for Fall Foliage Weekend to 6 this year. The parking out at the lake will be additional parking at the lake. There are groups that are currently trying to work with the school district in Jim Thorpe about having parking at those additional lots. As Commissioner Nostine, they do know that they spoke with Lehigh Borough about parking. They did not feel that they were going to be ready at this time to provide that type of service. But I do know that Lansford was brought up as an area that they can obviously provide some services in with busing. And that is being worked out between, private and Lanta as to what they can do for ride service.
Is this just for fall foliage or all year?
Right now, basically fall foliage is the big ones, but what they're trying to do is work, and I wish Kathy and Brenda here is working with the other municipalities and what their hopes are that if they provide parking in whether it be Lehigh, Lansford, or Nesquehoning, that it would help bring additional business to those areas. In Lansford, to have the number 9 mine tours. Like I said, the facilities, the restaurants for eating, and that, they just can't accommodate all the people here in Jim Thorpe. So it's in the hopes of being able to provide more tourism, and hopefully they would visit other communities instead of just Jim Thorpe.
That's all I have.
Anything further? Right. Thank you all. Enjoy your weekend.